The Tri-State got hammered tonight by Derek Beasley.
No, there were several reports of a match on that gasoline.
It went from a sunny, beautiful afternoon to a rocky.
How to have better sex.
I'm calling the police now!
Hair tugging.
Call 911 now! You know what, asshole?
Hello?
Yo, 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 you're listening to the Wise Guy Radio Network, and you're hanging with the Thor God of Vaginal Stretching. It's the West Side Wise Guys Show. 513-488-1298 is the number to call if you want to be heard. We want to know, would you take male birth control? A swinger movie from 1969 called Bob, Carol, Ted, and Alice. And we're going to talk about that fucking bitch and a couple other cool shits tonight. What's up, everybody? This is Rick, and we are the West Side Wise Guys.
I thought you were Thor, the vaginal stretcher god.
I'm Thor. That's me, actually.
Oh, okay.
Remember that show where I said we were talking about the names for our junk? Well, I was listening to that today, and I was like, I said I wanted to call my junk Thor, God of Vaginal Stretching. I thought, well, I got to use that one again.
And I'm Zeus, the god of vestibule shocker.
Holy shit.
Anyway.
Just call me Stretch.
Armstrong?
Yeah. Why not? It grows.
Welcome, listeners on the Wise Guy Radio Network. We're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about a swinger movie. I guess it's Roger's swinger movie.
Roger was in a swinger movie?
No, I guess it's his swinger movie he likes, I guess. I ain't never heard of it.
His swinger movie.
It's called Bob, Carol, Ted, and Alice.
Oh, I know them.
So it's like the Brady Bunch version of a porno. Right? I mean, what the hell's that?
Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Raj?
Well,
Roger.
It's really like when you watch the movie, you think, oh my God, I'm taking a time travel back into Swingerland. But they, like, never show anything. It's a huge letdown. But the chick right there, who no one else can see, but I'm talking about it because I'm recommending the movie just because the one chick is super hot, even for 1969. Because you know how, like, when you go back in the day, the chicks just look a little different.
That's her in the movie?
Super hot?
Yeah, that chick is fucking sexy as shit.
Are you kidding me?
She looks like
You're just jealous.
No. Nice rack, face a split.
Face
You're
is
out of
not
your
split.
mind.
She's not nice rack.
She looks good for 1969.
No,
Let me
she
tell you,
looks
she looks good for 69 today.
Yeah.
You're thinking just 69.
So, I mean, that bitch could be fucking in a porno today.
She looks like your friend from your supply store.
My supply store?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why I think she's attractive. I don't know. Actually, the chick from the supply store is not nearly... That chick's way better
That's
looking.
who I thought that was, actually.
Really?
Absolutely.
I'd shoot man chowder all over her fucking chin.
The chick at the store is not nearly...
I'm telling you.
That chick's way better looking in the movie.
They're identical.
They're not identical.
They're identical.
What are you, fucking batshit crazy?
Roger, you have to take a picture and bring
Your
it.
homework is to bring a picture of
Yeah, that'll be
supply
easy.
store girl.
That'll be easy.
Just take a picture with her.
Mr. Weird photographer of the supply store girl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And her dude is like he's a fellow tile.
Let me get 5 bags of thin set, and can I get a picture of you?
Yeah.
She would totally let you.
She would let me. I'm not saying.
You just tell her, say, look, came across this picture. Shannon said it looked like you.
This chick had a nice rack. My wife said you had a nice rack.
Tell her I don't give a shit.
Open with
Tell
that.
her whatever.
No.
Tell her we could compare racks.
Nah, but anyway, in watching the movie, the kind of climax of it is these two couples, they kind of.
I bet there's a climax every 5 minutes.
Well, there's a couple of cool scenes in it, but at the end of the movie, the two couples they just have this meltdown, and they like decide that they're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna do it. What's wrong
What's
with
the
it?
title of it?
Bob Carroll, Ted, and Alice.
So it could be like Bob and Ted's Sexcellent Adventure.
Yeah, I guess if you wanted to redo it or something. I mean, if you wanted to remake it for modern times.
I think back then their names were garbage. They sucked.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great title for a movie by any stretch of the means, but at the end, they have this thing where, you know, they all decide to get into bed, and you know, they're like making out, and you're like, finally, you know, it's like, it reminds me of watching the fucking Boogie Nights. Like, finally, we get to see his dick. So I'm like, finally, I get to see some tits or something, and then they're like making out, and then there's like this weird, awkward pause, and I'm thinking, this movie does not help swingers. Like, if you watch this movie, it will scare you away, because at the end of the movie, they like...
That chick might scare you away.
Whatever. Fucking, she's hot. She's going to be...
You know what? She's like older lady hot. She's not like
She's
hot.
a cougar.
She looks like she's about 30 years old right
No,
there.
she don't.
I'm putting her picture up as the default pic for the show. And as people listen, they can, you know, when they listen back from the non-live feed.
The picture you're seeing right now, if you're watching a replay, is the picture of the chick we're talking about.
Who is totally banging. I mean, you could...
She's bangable, but she's not hot like you're talking
No,
about.
she's sexy. Yeah. 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 I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't
apologize.
I didn't write the rules. I
Don't
just
apologize.
enforce them.
I mean, what grade are we talking about? I mean,
Yeah, what is she, a 6?
What grade is hot? She's an 8.
I just think that she's attractive. I don't find her hot.
She's an 8.
And I am more than willing to go, okay, that chick's hot. That chick's hot. But that chick right there is not hot.
Okay.
She's attractive.
So she doesn't wet your fucking lips.
No.
All right. Fine.
I'm dry.
So anyway, I started thinking, you know how in like, if you ever look at a Playboy from like, you know, really far back, the titties are just different. Like,
They all had banana titties back then.
what did they do to the titties back then to fuck them up? I mean, or not? They're not really fucked up. They're just...
The bra support is different.
And I'm not talking about...
So you're telling me that if I give chicks, if we start pushing square bras,
No, we're talking...
in 20 years we're going to have square titties?
We're talking butt-naked titties. We're not talking about in a
Okay,
bra.
but they're shaped.
They're shaped like bananas.
They're held in a certain manner, and after a while, they conform to that shape. Have you ever seen the Egyptians where they wrap the heads to make them form to a different way?
Yeah.
I believe that's part of that there.
Then we're getting a mold of my face, and we're going to talk some chick in for like 20 years to wear my mold as a bra so we could have Roger's face as a titty.
And I'm
That'd
not
be cool.
talking about the implanted titties of today.
No,
Those
no,
are
no,
fake.
no.
I'm talking
Natural.
about real titties from
Yeah,
today.
natural.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just saying that's a...
Someday I will have fake boobs, and you guys will all know.
You don't want fake boobs.
It may come to that.
It may come to that.
What, you think you're going to fucking open more accounts with fake boobs?
What does that mean?
It just means that due to some health complications, it may be a choice that I have artificial breastises.
Right.
Yeah, for health reasons, Doc, I need you to stuff these
Look,
fuckers.
I'm telling you right now. Okay.
Tasha wants fake titties.
What?
Yeah,
For what?
that's what I said.
What does she want, a flotation device too?
Fuck, I don't know, buddy. I think they're perfect. She's already got a nice ass
She's
on
got
her.
a
So.
buoy on her ass.
A buoy.
You said a buoy.
She's got a pontoon back.
No, hey, buddy, that's my pillows.
No, but you know what I mean. They're just different. They're shaped. They're not, I want to say funny, but I guess they are kind of shaped funny.
They're bananas.
Compared to what you would see today. Even on a natural chick, every tit that I see today, and I know some chicks that have some big old titties, they don't look nothing like the old titties of...
Yesteryear.
I'm sorry, man.
Looks like a balloon hanging from the wall.
I just keep hearing Jimmy Darth Vader to Mike, and it sounds like he's taking a shit.
My bad, dude.
I was just hearing in the background.
Yeah, Deuce isn't here this week, so someone has to Darth Vader the mic.
I will sit back a little bit from a far land.
That's his goddamn job, Deuce's.
To Darth Vader the mic.
His job is to fog up the microphone.
What's what he couldn't get, or what's wrong with him? Why wasn't he here?
I don't know. He said just tell you he didn't know if he could make it or not.
Well, I guess we decided I guess he decided he wasn't gonna make it.
He didn't. We didn't go into details about it.
It's probably tough for him. It's fucking cold outside. I wouldn't want to come here either.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to fucking stand and wait for
stand in a bus and fucking
fuck that
shit.
I had to pump gas. I was mad as hell today when the fucking pump wouldn't stay on. And I'm out. I'm out and I'm pumping gas and I'm mad shit. And I look down and fucking gas is going everywhere because I fucking pulled it out too far and I'm spraying the side of the car.
Dude taught me a trick on the Chevys. You got to pull it out just a little bit and stick it in there.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Because
you got to do that on the Morrows too. That works.
On the Morrows. Explain yourself.
I don't think she's a Morrow anymore.
The same show we're doing, or what?
Explain yourself. I just had a family.
Well,
emergency.
that's a joke for people that that's a kind of an inside joke. He said the trick on the Chevys when you're pumping gas is
No, he said when you're pumping
pull it out a
on
little bit.
Chevys, you just got to pull it out a little bit.
and I said you got to do that on Morrows too. Which
Funny.
hence the wife's maiden name or whatever. We don't speak that name much.
Shit.
That is the name we do not speak.
Okay.
For those of you that don't know, Deuce doesn't drive because he had a horrific accident about 8 years ago. And he kind of got a lacerated cock, and they had to take skin from his thigh and rebuild his cock, so his leg's a little too short to hit the pedal. So they won't legally let him drive, so he has to take the Metro.
I had nothing to do with the cock grab, Deuce. That is not cool.
But he said the mushroom's bigger now, so... All right, it's
you just brought it down. Son.
It's December 6th, and with the holidays coming up, it's time to think of gifts that ladies can give us guys. So we at the WSWG show think lingerie would be great for Christmas, or maybe buy a costume and put on a sexy show for your man.
Yeah, that's what I want for Christmas.
Lingerie is good. Like, I have this little outfit that Roger appreciates very well, but...
Appreciates very well. I like that one. That's the political.
Somebody's got
correct
lingerie and
But
still
for the
ain't
most part,
wore
I
it.
mean, it doesn't stay on very long. Is that really a good gift?
It's the show.
Yeah,
it's the show. Like, I'll leave it on while you're doing the show, and then when the show's over, it's got to go.
Okay, so you want like a little freaky deaky dance kind of thing?
Freaky deaky
Yeah.
dance.
Freaky deaky dance?
Just off the riff.
It's just the shit when you're making out and you get to fucking feel all that shit. Feel the silkiness.
Yeah.
So you want dim lights,
But
lingerie.
you know, I will tell you that every piece that she's ever bought pales in comparison to this one. And it's simple. There's nothing to it. But it really is very plain. But it's something about her in it. I don't know. Drives it batshit crazy. And it's cool because you can like pull it over. And you know how sometimes you could, pull it over and then like it'll hook the boobs and shit. Like that. That's why I like it.
And the nipples grab onto it and hold it there, but it's still open in the middle.
Right.
So I'm going to have Tasha take my place for the rest of the night so I can go take care of my thing. So
Okay.
Everybody, welcome Tasha.
Welcome, Tasha, to the show.
Wow, really, Rick? That was excessive.
Why?
Because it's Rick. Everything is excessive with him.
Let me guess.
But that's just Rick,
you
so-
think the chick's ugly too, right?
Not ugly.
Everything with Rick is sexessive. Let's make it
Sex-cessive.
Let's make it
That's
straight.
right.
You're forever trying to coin a word.
Why not? Shit, if we could do that, man. Come on now.
I got so
What?
many words that aren't on our website.
The
that-
guy, what's his name, invented bling. He didn't get nothing for inventing the name bling.
Well, I mean,
What's he get?
Blingage.
God, somebody keeps.
Oh, look who it is.
Why does it sound like Friday the 13th on Nintendo?
Answer it. That's the weird
WSWG show. Let me guess who this is.
Just take one guess. All right. Hey, guys, how's everybody doing? All right, I got a quick question for Shannon.
Shannon's not here
Shannon just
anymore.
left the building.
Dude, what
It's
show you
Tasha
listening
now.
to?
Huh?
What show you listening to?
He's on delay.
There is a
I'm on
minute delay,
yeah,
and she
sorry.
left about a minute ago, so...
Now you have me
Okay,
instead.
well, you were talking about costumes, or like a gift to buy,
Right.
for the guys to buy ladies, whatever. Question for Shannon is, do women they like a costume for a guy to wear, like construction worker or something like that, or do they like that?
Okay, well, I'm not Shannon, but I'll answer for her.
on her behalf.
Oh, I
It's
thought she was on
Tasha.
here.
She was.
She'll
She
accept
left.
the slammy on her
okay.
behalf.
But I will answer for
My bad.
her. Though,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, we do like guys to dress up. We like construction workers, policemen, military men are always really hot.
Uniform type stuff.
Yes, definitely.
How about a policeman?
How about a garbage man? Is that hot?
Garbage men stink. No.
Garbage-
Sanitation
How about the
engineer.
uniform I fucking wear?
Sanitation engineer.
They don't like being called garbage men. Sanitation
That's
engineer.
right, engineer.
What? That's so PC. We got to clean that up too. You're not even just a trash man.
No.
Garbage
I
man.
mean, that's degrading.
Sanitation engineer.
That's degrading. I mean,
If you
How
stink,
about
you
meter
stink.
man?
it's just like you're not an adult film male actor. You're actually a
Porno
machine
engineer.
operator.
A machine operator.
You're a fuck machine operator.
I think I'd rather have the other one.
Or just get naked and be a porno star.
I'm using that tonight. I'm gonna be like, babe, I'm about to start up the fuck machine. Get ready to ride it.
God. Sarah, look at you like, shut up. I don't know how she deals with you. I
Are
was
we
like,
really?
Shut the hell
Are
up.
we really sanitation engineer?
Yeah,
That's
they
what the
call it.
guy is called that dumps my can.
yeah.
They get paid good to dump your can, buddy.
I'm not saying I'm not saying
Give me a little smile.
He's not a can dumper.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. No, what are you saying? The sanitation engineer is not a can dumper? That's his job. He dumps cans into a truck.
But Roger, he gets paid very well to stink.
I mean, I would do the job. I'm just saying, really sanitation
Well,
engineer?
I like to call my pubic area. I like to call it a penis, and not a semen dumper.
A semen dumper.
I mean,
Semen inserter.
it just seems
Injector.
like
Do not encourage him, Bugs, please.
Yeah, pussy baster went out the
I
window.
mean the jizz ejector doesn't work.
Hey, it was Thanksgiving, that kind
A
of
wet
falls in the line
connector.
of the season.
We need to put that
Holidays.
jargon on the website. We'll say penis and then name all the names for it, like jizz ejector.
Jizz ejector.
Yeah, like cum dumper.
But like a new baby, new baby that gets a birth, that could be like Santa's little helper. All right, guys, continue on, man. Good show. See ya.
I'm fucked up. I
Get my
want
cum dumper wet later.
God.
cum dumper.
I have a feeling you're not.
I think we should all
I don't
recreate names that have engineer after them. I'm a fucking tile engineer then.
I'm a part specialist.
Actually, you're
Fuck
a
engineer.
You're a flooring aesthetic engineer.
A flooring aesthetic
That sounds
engineer.
hot, Roger.
Yeah, I
Come
would
lay
do
my
me.
floor.
Yeah,
Or you could say,
I'll
I'm
lay you
sorry,
and your
Did you
floor.
just adjust?
my shit's all bunched up in there now.
It's all bunched up.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
You gotta watch him when he puts both hands under the table.
He just like leaned back to adjust too. It was like an artwork. Like he just had to get there.
Or you could be like a ceramic art creator.
Yeah.
Nah, that don't go.
Nah,
No, I don't like that one.
That sounds a little gay.
Yeah,
Ceramic art creator.
yeah, because Frida could technically be one of those.
Yeah.
True.
I don't want to be anything a 16-year-old girl can be.
How about a?
I'm just saying.
How about a floor mason?
Uh,
I'm a
that's
floor
kind of
mason.
a normal term, though.
I don't like that.
I mean, not a
Yeah.
normal
It's
term,
not creative.
but
Right.
I mean, It's not the same. It's not the same.
Quit looking at my boobs, Rick.
I see your sweater bumps.
Quit looking at my cleavage.
It's not the same distance between a guy who dumps shit in the back of a truck to engineer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a huge fucking leap. What is he engineering?
He's engineering the.
He's not building anything to dump the can.
Roger. Seriously.
He's pulling the can up to the back of the bitch while it dumps itself.
Yeah. He's a can loader.
I was scrapping one time, and I was behind a yard waste garbage truck. It's a garbage truck, but they just collect the yard waste.
Yard waste engineers, probably.
Yeah, I was behind a recycling engineer or a compost engineer, and they were throwing the bags and shit in the back of there. And every time that bitch threw a fucking bag in the back of that truck, half of the bag of leaves went on the ground. So I'm like, you're fucking collecting these people's leaves, and now they have to rake their shit back up for you next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like never.
It's job security.
It was never ending raking.
Cheviot, they just streak them out to the street anyway, and they got a machine that comes by and cleans them up.
Raking.
All right, I done beat the.
That was sexy, right?
I done beat the trash engineer into the ground. I wasn't even supposed to be. But that is fucking stupid. I think you know what? Next time I fill out an application, I don't care what my job is. I'm just putting engineer after it.
Oh God!
It sounds good, right? I mean, you're gonna go right to the front of the thing, like, oh, you change diapers. You're a diaper changing engineer. Fucking A. Yes, I am.
Tasha's a currency engineer now.
Yeah, see?
I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Do it. You'll get looked at when you go to a fucking job interview.
I thought my cleavage was going to be looked at.
Well,
not my engineer.
It's not
name.
really out.
Because I have to hide it. Rick keeps like.
Your boobs are
hiding my
elusive.
boobs.
They're never been out.
I know. That's the ancient secret. Tasha's boobs. I gotta get my boob job first. Then you guys can see 'em.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's Saturday night, right? And I'm working on show stuff and
Yeah,
the
it's
chain.
Monday night right now. Let's get that.
No, I'm painting a picture.
I don't want them
He's
to think
rewinding.
that we're replaying this. you know?
Okay, so it was Saturday night, 2 nights ago, and I'm doing shit in the studio and I'm getting everything ready, and I'm checking out SNL and De Niro's on. All right, and I'm like, all right, this is cool. Fucking De Niro's on. This ought to be good. He fucking stumbled over his shit in every bit that he did. He lost his lines, couldn't get them
But
right.
that's what's funny about it.
But his wasn't funny. When Timberlake was on and he did it, he would giggle at himself because his line was funny and he would fuck it up. That was good. His just sounded, I don't know. I was not really impressed with it at all.
Well, I seen him on a few years ago, and the only thing I can remember from it is what I make fun of Tim all the time. Remember when he was a terrorist at the Halloween party, and I put that post on the internet, and I told him that they were searching for terrorists. Whenever you say De Niro, he was just on there recently. This was a while back. But when you say him, this clip comes to mind, and I think this was on the very beginning of his last appearance. So we'll go ahead and play this. He's supposed to be a Homeland Security spokesman.
You're not going to play the whole thing, are you?
On C-SPAN, and just listen.
Good afternoon. In the past few weeks, through our national hotline, we have collected hundreds of names of suspected terrorists, and I'm proud to say that most of these calls have come from high school and college students nationwide. In fact, we received over 475 calls alone regarding this man. My balls is Harry.
My balls is hairy.
Also received calls regarding such nefarious terrorists as Grabber Booby and Haida Salami. And let this be a message to you, Haida Salami. We will not play your dangerous game. We are also currently searching for a man we believe to be an Al-Qaeda lieutenant who's been Fartine.
Who's been Fartine? I've
been Fartine. and their close companion, Ajit Madror.
That's the best one. You can end it there.
So far.
You're not going to beat I Cheat My Drawers.
Way to identify who's been 14?
Our operatives have picked up his scent. Also, according to our intelligence, he is targeting gas refineries and fertilizer plants, and oddly enough, baked bean canneries.
He's so serious,
He's a silent but deadly killer.
Yeah, he was good on this one.
Hey, what can you tell us about Ajit Madror?
We're told that when he was fleeing the scene of his last attack, he left skid marks. He is extremely dangerous. Our sources say that he is plotting to attack New York City, the New York City sewer system, with what we believe it is to be a dirty bomb.
Do you have any other names you're willing to release?
Yes. Please call our hotline at once if you have any information regarding the following men. Xavier Bush, Suka Queer,
Ooh.
Must have a rod up your pooper.
Not even right.
It's got to be hard to spell that and get that past the censors, you know?
I hope I got that right. I want to foog you. You stroke it, I'll watch, and pull my beak out.
Yeah, that is the best one.
No, these next two right
we'll be
here.
targeting certain adult bookstores sometime in the near future.
Oh.
God.
And this man, the notorious Ulik Medik, a.k.a. Uwana Medik, a.k.a. you Suga Medik. Thank you. That is all.
That's fucking great right there.
Suka Madik.
He is entirely too serious, too. He did great on that.
on
I'm
that.
dying.
No, I
He
didn't
is-
see the one last
I mean,
night.
it was like that. Remember, it was kind of like where he stumbled. He stumbled there a little bit.
I mean,
and it was
come on.
kind of like that.
Shahif Bush.
Yeah, and that, in all fairness, he did have some hard lines.
Now, do
to
they
say
go
there.
over this shit before? I mean, is there any rehearsal at all?
Oh yeah. They get to sit down and read. You know what I mean?
So I mean, it wasn't just me up on the altar saying
No.
a poem I never
See,
seen.
here
and
you go. But you did such
slamming
a
it down.
fantastic job, Richard. I was so proud.
Richard.
So,
So-
maybe I'll have to watch it and see because
Dexter.
So anyway, since we're on TV shows, literally the greatest TV show.
Taxi Cab Confessions.
Yes.
Oh, that is fucking great.
It is the news. There's a new season starting. There hasn't been a new season in fucking nearly probably a decade.
Dude, we got a
See-
cabbie. We need to get on there.
Yeah, but we did the opposite though. We made him confess something.
Yeah.
That's cool. We
Yeah.
need to do the opposite.
Yeah.
The first little douchebag didn't have nothing.
Our show was
fucking wiener.
We got in the cab and interviewed the cabbie. That show is the cabbie interviews the people.
He doesn't even interview.
They just start talking.
They
Yeah,
just
they-
start talking, and then eventually
They're
it
kind
gets
of
to.
interviewing. They're fishing. They know what.
I mean, they're
questions
throwing some
they-
bait. They're
Yeah.
throwing some. They're chumming the water.
Yeah.
Right.
They're throwing the wormy out there.
So I think that starts this Thursday on HBO.
Damn, I wish I could afford HBO. I have to
It's
talk to
recession.
WSWG Network about renewing my contract. We'll have to get some stipulations in there.
Some stips.
Maybe some incentives. Like if you don't talk about jerking for 3 shows,
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
give you an
right.
extra.
That would never happen.
No.
Or
never
bestiality.
Mind. Never mind, that ain't working.
Rick, can I tell you I feel uncomfortable going in your bathroom? Because every time I do, I think about
This box of Cheez-Its is
I
in my way.
swear.
Contrary to what you believe.
Wait, you can't see my boobs from there?
I can't.
Contrary to what you
Stop
believe.
it.
Ironically, the
Jimmy?
box of Cheez-Its was blocking your
My
boobies.
husband is pulling my boobs out of my shirt.
My
somewhere.
bathroom
Hold on, I'm
gets
just showing cleavage.
the least amount of action.
Oh, okay. Because
From
I'm
me.
serious. Every time I walk in your bathroom,
Now,
I
don't
think
get me
about you.
wrong. I
I
mean,
mean, probably sees action, but at least I'm out from you.
I mean, there's so much of my semen went down the drain. I'm surprised a baby hasn't crawled out of the sewer yet.
Oh no!
I don't want to hear all this. See, that's gonna make it worse. I will never pee on your toilet.
But not
again.
on the toilet.
Pee on,
On
the
the
toilet,
toilet?
or
Like,
in the
we
toilet?
sit,
All
we
right,
don't
wait a
stand,
minute. I
like
was
you
about to
guys
say
do.
something. I'm glad I caught myself.
Good.
It's about to pee on the toilet.
Like we sit, pee on, like use the bathroom
In.
on the toilet.
In.
Okay,
In the
But we
toilet.
sit on the seat, okay?
Yeah,
Mr.
but you piss in the toilet.
Okay, yes, we do. Hopefully, anyway.
See, that's bullshit because you guys have a no-fault piss.
That's right.
Like, you can just
We can't
sit
miss.
down and
Wait.
and it's automatically
So can
squirts
you.
in there.
So can you.
No.
Have you ever
can't just-
ever went in the bathroom though and you see that little dribble mark across the front where they just scoot out and they ain't wiping real good?
They just scoot out?
They get off the
shit.
seat, and leave it there.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of a
seen
woman
that.
leaving the seat wet.
Yeah, well,
Whatever. Don't look my way because I don't even go down.
But they can just.
I'm not blaming you,
They
but
can
there's
just
There's
sit
like
there.
15 other girls in my house. It's
there's
definitely not.
4 females in the house. So.
They can just sit there and go without touching anything.
But we also have boys that don't pull this toilet.
You know,
seat up
chicks
either.
have a thing that they can use to pee standing up.
What?
Yeah, there's some sort of device that
Why
you
in
can
the
buy
hell would you
because you can't write because you can write your name in the snow. That's why you would want it.
Pinch that bitch together. And
Are you?
But what I'm saying is that
Pinch it together.
is that us. You can't just pull your drawers down and go.
Yeah,
You
can.
have to grab the barrel and make sure it's aimed at the target. Because if
not, you'll have puddles on the floor.
But they don't have to do that.
But be thankful you have something to aim.
It's not inverted.
Yeah.
Oh God. But you guys, you
Be happy your what do you call that thing? Your bladder fat.
Yeah.
What is it called? Be happy your bladder fat hasn't completely consumed your penis to the point where it's a friggin' operation to go take a piss.
Yeah, like you need fucking tongs to get it out of the hole.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Said,
What do you guys got going on
you said
down
the
there?
Hubble scope can't even see your shit there,
Or
buddy.
you need some sort of device that you have to pressure junk into to relieve it.
Wow. You said this shit's under
I think
pressure.
you need to see a doctor, Roger.
For people that do
Why?
have excessive bladder fat to where their penis has actually done a Chris Angel, they need to have like a small, about this big, only it doesn't detect metal, it detects foreskin.
A foreskin?
A foreskin detector. So you can just rub it over your dick and it'll go beep, 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 beep. Oh, there it is. And then you grab it and pull it out.
I'm pretty sure it's like a giant belly button down there.
You have a giant belly button down there.
We're talking about me.
Well, you.
I'm just speaking.
You know so much about it.
I'm just
Roger.
speaking on. I've seen some shit now. You know what I'm saying?
I've only seen Rick's outside of my husband's probably in a long time. So I haven't seen Roger's.
Yeah, well, I ain't seen yours either, so I guess we're square, aren't we?
Mine's the unseen.
We're going to pause for station identification. This is the WSWG show.
Playing none of the hits, but talking all the shit. You're listening to WSWG Radio.
There we go. Top headlines in the world of who gives a shit.
Right. Which means no one really gives a fuck. So hopefully, we can turn it into something. Because there's like 20 minutes to fill. Because our news lady left.
Technical difficulties. News lady had a breaking news story to leave.
Yeah, she did. She's on location. Actually, we could have her call in. I should text her and have her call in.
We should. Tell everyone updated.
What am I, chopped liver? Fine.
Well, you don't have the news in front of you, do you?
No.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and why would you call a show
And you
you're
think
actually
her-
on?
Shut your face, Richard.
Anyway, number 5 is Sarah Palin rigged votes for Bristol on that dumbass show Dancing with the Stars.
How'd she do that?
I don't know.
She couldn't even win her own election.
I just don't care. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, but if she could do that, then John McCain would be president right now.
Short arms.
Sure.
I mean, why don't we concentrate on your election of the presidency versus Dancing with the Stars?
I am so sick of Sarah Palin.
Have you ever watched that show?
What show?
Dancing with the Stars.
I only watch it in the seconds that it takes me to walk past my grandmother's TV.
I only watched it 2 times when Chad Suckusinko was on there.
Suckusinko?
Yeah. And
Ooh, that was a little rough.
And that's it. And it was only just to see his dumbass. That was
All
it.
right. Was he any good? Or was he
I don't even
Suckusinko?
remember.
Damn.
He was Ocho Stinko.
Ocho Stinko.
Oh, speaking of the Bengals.
I'll tell you what, he's better on that fucking show he was than he's going on the fucking field this year.
Speaking of the Bengals, I was reading in the paper on Saturday There was this dude in section 122 at our stadium here in Cincinnati who his family literally has been a season ticket holder since you could get season tickets, okay? From the
1970.
69 is what they said. So from 1969, it was probably the 69-70 season, so you're probably right. So his family, from generation to generation, they've just been keeping them and going and going and going.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So he's holding up this T-shirt
money wasted
that says "Fire Bradkowski," right? And he's not doing anything. He's just holding up a shirt or whatever. And he's done it before over the year, since Bradkowski started sucking, I guess.
Started sucking.
So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know much about Bradkowski and what he did.
Well, here, let me fill you in on him, okay? He was a college offensive coordinator, and he broke into the NFL in like 92 with the Seattle Sucky Seahawks. And then we just figured, hey, since he's fucking done nothing in Seattle, invite his fucking ass here, and maybe we can do something.
Nothing happened.
No.
Okay, I get
Ricky said that so passionately.
I get the point. So anyway, security comes down, right, and warns him, hey, if you
Somebody called 381 jerk.
No one called.
That's fucking hilarious.
No one called. I wished our number was that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The other way.
Yeah.
With a different meaning.
Right.
Rick, that should be your cell
Call
phone number.
488 jerk.
So anyway, he's holding it up, and they warn him 2 or 3 times or whatever. So finally they come down and go, "You're going to have to leave." And the guy goes, "What am I doing wrong?" And he goes, "Look, we've warned you, blah, blah, blah. You're being disrupted." Now, meanwhile, everyone around the guy is completely dumbfounded as to why he's getting thrown out. They threw him out, and on the way out the door, the guy goes, "You threw me out because of what was on my shirt, didn't you?" He goes, "Well, next week when I come back, I'm going to put one of those shirts on everyone in section 122. And he goes, "Then we'll eject the whole section." So then...
What does his shirt have on it?
Fire Bradkowski.
Huh.
Just fired a guy.
Dude, in Detroit, they had Fire Matt Millen brown bags over their face for years before they got rid of that fucker.
Wasn't it somewhere where Michael Vick, they said hide their certain dogs because he was coming? Didn't they have shirts made up for that shit? Nobody got in trouble for that shit?
Well, here's the thing. The Bengals, as an organization, denies any wrongdoing or knowledge of it in relationship to their security team.
Somebody told that guard to do that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't come up with that on his own.
Right, and I agree with that. But the point that Chris Daugherty makes in the article that I was reading was that...
Chris Daugherty?
Daugherty, is that how you say it? The point that he was making was that the fans chumped up to the tune of $57 million to give those motherfuckers a stadium, and they can't walk in there with a T-shirt that has nothing offensive on it. You know what I mean? It's only offensive if you're Bradkowski, and it's you don't want to be fired. That's it.
Hold on a minute. Did you see the billboards on Interstate 75 that people got put up this was probably back in 2000, 2001. Fans were paying for billboards on the highway talking about Mike Brown, the owner.
Oh, really?
Saying shit about him and that he's not doing this and he don't do that and just making
generalized statements.
Yeah, generalized statements, and they put it on a fucking billboard. They can do that.
Yeah, I don't know. They're saying...
It's just a fucking T-shirt that says fire.
Yeah, the Bengals are saying they had no knowledge of it and that they didn't... Because
they don't want to lose their season ticket holders.
They wouldn't have found it offensive had they had knowledge of it.
Detroit was wearing Fire Matt Millen. He was the GM, not the offensive coordinator.
I know. What I was going to ask you was I guess the game wasn't televised or whatever because it didn't sell out.
Well, this past week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't, right?
No.
I was wondering if... I was hoping it was because I was going to watch the game just to see if a whole section got ejected.
You haven't talked to him since?
Who?
That dude.
No.
Did he give everybody shirts?
I don't know. The game wasn't televised.
I swear to God I would have done it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I would have loved to have just fucked with the authority like that because they can't throw out a whole section for something so blatant, like something so.
First of all, the time it would take to eject that section, the game would be over before the last guy was ejected.
Right. Man, if you got a whole section up in arms, you could do some damage. You know what I mean?
Like, you can't wear a Fire Burkowski shirt.
Well, some people don't even know who this guy is. Like, I would have no clue. If I was just at the game and I looked over,
he's the offensive coordinator for the Bengals, the one that calls the plays that the players run.
Right. I mean, I know what that is, but I mean, if I would have went to that game and saw that guy with that shirt on, I wouldn't. Who the hell is that? I have no clue. And most people don't. What's up? Most the fans, the
other
fans
65,342 will know who.
The hell up, Rick. My point is,
the one lady in section 343.
That's Tasha.
Seat 4
with the binoculars.
She's the one that
she doesn't know.
I have no clue. That's me, way up there. Apparently, I can't afford good tickets either. So
I don't get that.
343 is a good section.
But we went there.
$900 seats, man.
There ain't a seat in there cheaper than 60.
Yeah.
But anyway, what my point is that we went there for 3 years every game.
Right.
And I almost wouldn't take my kid to a game. The fucking shit you hear.
It's not a family place.
No.
It's not.
Do not take your kids to a Bengals game unless you want them to rob a bank or kill somebody.
Yeah.
What the hell? It's not that bad, Rick.
It
I'm
is.
telling
Our
you.
section was.
Oh, maybe your section.
Our section was rowdy.
We was in the nosebleed section.
These dudes were, when we played Indy.
These fucking dudes, if they turned around and went like this and raised their hands, you better have stood up. Because there was going to be a fight.
They're going to whoop your ass.
They were going to try to whoop your ass. And if they couldn't do it, they were going to get their other buddies in row 14 to help them.
There's this dude, and I'll probably never forget this.
Are you talking about the dude that came up the steps with a Browns jersey on? And they threw their fucking beer bottles at him?
Well, he's on his way. He's either on his way up or on his way down.
He's on his way down.
He's on his way down, and like beer bottles are whizzing past his head.
Now, there's a Cincinnati police officer standing 3 steps down from him, dodging beer flying, and he's just laughing.
Oh, God. It wasn't a
Yeah.
Steelers fan. It was a damn Browns fan.
He's just laughing like, oh, they're cool to do that. Don't wear a Brakowski shirt, but throw some beer at this motherfucker.
Right.
He's a Browns fan. You throw beer.
So anyway, it's the Indy game, and Indy is in Cincinnati, and there's this dude, and he's like, there's some Indianapolis fans in front of us or whatever,
man. I remember
who they drove down, they bought tickets, and this guy's like, hey buddy, how's it going? And the guy's like, it's going pretty good. He's like, 74 East.
Yeah.
74 East, dude.
He said, hey, you took 74 East. You need to go west.
Take your ass back home.
He's just fucking, he's like, his whole conversation is telling the motherfucker how to get home.
Yeah, like, get out of here.
And it's like, they're just assholes, man. I mean, just pray.
We was playing the Bills one time, and this guy came up the steps with a O.J. Simpson jersey on. And he went up the steps, and they're all like fucking yelling at him and shit. And he says, hold on a minute. He motions with his hands, and then he turns around, and the nameplate on his jersey says murderer.
Oh.
Then everybody left him alone.
Then they left him alone, yeah. You can't, yeah. You got to specify.
The funniest one was when I seen a Corey Dillon jersey after he left, and they erased the LON on his name and replaced it with a DO.
Dildo.
So it said dildo on it.
That's awesome.
That was the greatest.
All right, so anyway, number 4 is Trump for president. He says,
You talking about the Trump that's on the pitch show sometimes? Or
No, not that Trump.
Donald. Okay.
Donald Trump says, I can save America. And I'm thinking, this guy's been bankrupt before, and really, quite frankly, if we're getting a president, he should have better hair than Donald Trump.
Hold on a minute. He's still styling and profiling after being bankrupt.
That's right.
We're bankrupt in the United States to the tune of $75 million trillion.
So maybe he can make the money back. Fuck his hair. He could be bald.
Hey, he might he might raise the national debt, but he'll have motherfuckers gambling in his bitch.
No. Bankrupt. That means you have nothing.
Okay, but he's got something now.
The country's never been bankrupt. We've just had debt.
We're major fucking debt.
How's the U.S. government going to file Chapter 8?
Uh-oh.
That sounds like fucking Friday the 13th on Nintendo.
Sweet.
I'm playing it on YouTube. WSWG show.
Hi, guys. It's Shannon.
Hello.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Are you gonna give us an update?
News update.
Right now, they're saying it's more than likely not a heart attack, but he does have arrhythmia, which is a regular heartbeat, which could have caused it. To give him some discomfort and everything, but they took a chest X-ray and they took some blood, and the results should be back in about 30 minutes. So as of right now, we really don't know anything.
So for those of you who are coming up to speed, the wife / news lady / Morrow left.
It's gross, man.
Because her dad got taken to the hospital for chest pains, and we were worried about it being
a little worse than it is.
Who the hell is Darth Vader in the mic again?
You sure that's not her?
This might be her. I don't
What
know.
am I doing?
No, not you.
Oh, it might be me. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
All right.
I think it's.
So that's good. We're all glad that everything is seemingly okay.
Yeah, he's talking, and he doesn't seem to be in a lot of discomfort. Just I think part of having like chest pain and his arm going numb, his anxiety kicked in, and that kind of makes everything quadruply worse. So
yeah. I once sat on the chair too long and my penis went numb. I got some pretty bad
That's
anxiety.
some weird shit.
Yeah. You don't think your penis can go numb until it goes numb.
Yeah, when you think you have a phantom penis, like it's gone. Because I heard when you get a limb cut off, you have phantom feeling,
Right.
like it's still there.
Right.
Well, when you have it there and it feels like it's not, and that's
I wonder if that asshole at the Eagles does that.
Stop it.
I remember when your penis went numb. That was a crazy time.
Mine or Rogers?
Right. Shannon, you left me with these guys. Are you
All right, thanks.
Tasha, I really appreciate you stepping in and taking over for me.
And the phantom penis over here.
All right, thanks. We're glad everything's okay.
Yes.
And thanks, guys, for checking in. I'll give you an update as soon as I know something.
Tell my wife I love her.
I surely will. Love all you guys. See you later.
Love you.
Bye. Okay, that's good. Thank God.
All right. Number 3, Christina has the hots for Cher. And if that isn't the fucking...
Christina who?
Aguilera.
Cher looks like a fucking dude.
If that
That's
isn't...
why she likes me. Likes her. I mean.
Yeah.
you're like... It's like you're like, wow,
She's
and
like
then
a
no.
fucking cardboard cutout, dude.
Do you believe in life after love? That's exactly how she sounds.
I used to until you did that.
Right. You were sexy when you did that. Do it again.
Dude, I used to have a moment to that Cher song, man. Now you ruined it for me.
You had a moment, right?
Every time I hear that song now, I'm going to see you doing that. No, I'm just thinking Christina's hot,
okay,
to the nth degree.
I would tongue fuck her. I swear to God, I would lick I'd lick
Orifice?
her crack from the front to the back.
I just not
That
her.
sounded like she was like, ooh, God.
No.
It was a bad guy.
It was a disgustful.
Yes.
And anyway, she's so fucking hot, and then you're like, oh, that's cool. She's into chicks. But not Cher. Cher doesn't even qualify as a chick, right?
That's like saying Christina Aguilera went down. Christina Aguilera, paparazzi catches her going down on Whoopi Goldberg. What? Why are you reporting that?
Or Doris Day.
We would report that.
Yeah, we'd have to.
If we saw Christina Aguilera going
first
down
of
on
all,
anybody,
You guys would
First
watch.
of all, if
I would
Christina
watch Christina
Aguilera,
eat Whoopi out. Yeah, I think so.
if Christina Aguilera went down on Whoopi Goldberg, I would watch to see how good a head she gives.
and then ask if she could.
Hey,
You
don't,
give it a
I bet Whoopi's got a big old dick.
don't hate on Whoopi's pussy.
Whoopi's got a pussy.
Whoopi's
you
woof.
sure?
Don't
Wolfie's woof.
Yeah.
Whoopi's pussy.
Pussy. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah. What if you're a dude and be like, I'm gonna eat some Whoopi pussy tonight?
God.
Hey, Ted Danson did it for years.
How do you know that
Ted
they
was
didn't switch
dancing.
roles?
That's why he lost all his hair.
Ted was wiener dancing with her.
lost his hair.
Jimmy.
He said eating Whoopi's vagina causes hair loss.
Hey, there's a lot of rug burn there, buddy.
I thought his hair was white now. I didn't think he lost it all.
Yeah, he's still
He's
got
like-
a head of hair, man.
I
all
just
white.
have to
I
admit,
drained all his energy eating that then.
I got
Shit.
a confession.
Oh,
What?
God.
Uh-oh.
I'm scared.
Don't tell me you jerked to Ted Danson.
Or Whoopi.
Right.
Before the show, I had a slight headache, and your wife gave me what must have been a narcotic. Because I'm feeling a little... I'm feeling a little woozy here. I'm feeling a little good.
Over a Tylenol?
I don't know what it was.
I don't think it was Tylenol.
It's
I
got
think
me
it was...
high. She said it was like a Tylenol 7 or something.
It's got codeine in it.
Really? Oh, my God.
I'm looking at her pill bottle now. Shannon!
Sipping on some scissor.
You drug...
All right, so anyway, number 2.
Hydrocodone on a hands-free phone.
Oh, God.
Okay, number 2.
Hydrocodone on a hands-free phone.
Yeah, that was in a rap song. I don't know.
Really? All right. Anyway, Jane Fonda's wedding is back on, and honestly, I don't...
Wedding is back on?
Who the fuck knew she was still alive?
That's what I was going to say. She's still alive.
Jane Fonda used to sell workout tapes in like 1920, and she's about to get married now.
For how many times, though? What marriage?
She used to sell workout videos on those 8-inch reels.
On a fucking 8mm.
Oh, God, Rick.
Slideshow, you go to
She's
theater
got to
and
be
there'd
70 or 80.
She's got to be old.
I mean, on Golden Pond, she was like 40, and that was back in 62 or something.
Yeah, she's up there. Wow. And number 1...
I bet she got picked on growing up in school. Look, it's Jane Fonda.
Fondle. Well, didn't she get her name from being married though?
That's a good question.
Was Jane Fonda her maiden name? Did
She's
she keep
married, or she was married to Ted Turner. Evidently, if the wedding's back on, she's not married to that dude no more.
Huh. Anyway, the number 1 thing for headlines that no one gives a shit about is Tom Cruise has makeup secrets. And I'm not even going to entertain that one.
Oh, I used to love me some Tom Cruise. He disappoints me every...
Till he jumped on Oprah's couch.
Before that. Like, I loved him in Top Gun.
I used to love Katie Holmes until Tom Cruise fucked her.
Yeah, you know what? He ruins pussy for everybody.
Yeah.
Because I don't like Nicole Kidman no more.
No, I don't. Not ever since she started dating that fucking country guy.
That movie weirded me out that they were in.
That movie was good.
That movie was weird.
It was so good. The only problem that I have with Eyes Wide Shut is Stanley Kubrick dropped the ball.
Yeah.
The ending was horrible. I mean, like, I was so into that fucking flick when he was going into those secret meetings.
That's because that was all for guys. That was a man-based, demented show. And that's why you were waiting for the whole sexual part of it all.
No, I was just waiting for it to get, more involved into the ritual, the ritual part of it. Yeah.
Because they didn't really specify what the hell was really going on there.
Or
That's
why
so weird.
why they did it.
She's 73 years old.
From now on, if she
Damn.
comes on the show again, she has to sit on her hands.
Why?
Because you're touching
I'm
your
tired-
titties the
no,
whole time.
she's covering it up.
No, she's not covering it up.
Because my boobs are hanging... Quit, Jimmy.
I need some implants, but my tits are laying on the table.
Yeah.
You got
73 years old, man.
Yeah, and you got 73-inch titties, and you don't need. Fucking,
I do not. Me and Shannon have the same size.
you and Shannon are not the same size.
We're close.
I'll stake an inch of dick on it.
I can cut an inch off if
I
I'm
mean,
all right.
no.
Okay, well then you better
I just
watch
won't
yourself.
put that inch in of Shannon. That's what I'll do.
No.
I wish I had Rick's wife's titties. Sarah's got some.
I do
titties.
too.
You wish I did too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in your mouth. That's where we
Not in
wish.
my mouth.
That's where we wish you had them.
That's what
Not
I'm
my
saying.
friend. You wish I had.
I wish you had my wife's titties anyway.
Why do you
want
wish? Why? Why?
Huh?
How would it benefit you?
How would it benefit me?
Yeah.
Spank Bank Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't go in there.
You can go in the Spank Bank Hall of Fame.
Okay, so now I'm going to picture Richard spanking it to me. A picture of me with his wife's boobs. That's what I'm going to think every time I go in the bathroom.
I'd have to activate my cum dumper on that
Every
one.
time,
Activate my cum
every
number.
time I go to your
Activate the
bathroom, I'm
cum
going to think
dumper.
about that, Rick.
He has to engineerly pull down
Hey,
his
that's a good-
zipper and
that's
pull
a
out
good
his
question
dick.
for the committee.
What's that?
Can regular people go into the Spank Bank Hall of Fame?
Why not?
Well, I mean, people have to know them, I would think.
Yeah, but ain't it just the people that are voting?
That's right.
True.
Yeah, pretty much.
Didn't you guys do something with, like, girls at one time? Like, girls that we all knew you guys
Yeah,
like,
we
voted
had
in?
we
or
had the WSWG Showgirls.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we should do that again.
Do me a
I think you
favor and
should.
call the show.
Why?
Because I just want to prove a point here.
something?
Oh, okay.
We're going to see what it sounds like, or, we're gonna get refreshed on what it sounds like when the phone rings, and then I'm gonna play this Friday the 13th Nintendo game here.
It is. It does
I swear to
sound
God.
like that.
All right, I'm calling.
It's cool sounding. Who picked this anyway?
It's just.
Got it?
Okay.
All right.
I
Now
like
here's
it.
the fucking game. Hold on now.
It's too fast.
No, hold on. Let me get it to where he's in one of the cabins.
Do you play this game, Rick?
Way back in the day, I did.
Damn, I remember this.
That sounds kind of like it, don't it?
It does.
You have the weirdest memory ever.
You do. It's creepy. I wonder why.
Dude, when you play shit for hours, it sticks in your fucking
Yeah,
head.
like you don't know what the Mario theme sounds like.
Okay, it's Mario, not Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
But see, I can sympathize with Rick on this one because I can hear a fucking car and tell you what it is just about. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sick.
it's weird, dude.
that's
It's just
recalling a memory from like a decade ago, and you're not talking about. You're recalling 4 nanoseconds of that thing.
I mean, come on now. It was almost dead on.
I mean, maybe the makers of the Friday
It's just a little slower.
Maybe Friday the 13th, the game should sue Skype.
I think they should.
I don't know.
We need to get our own custom ringtone.
Yeah, we do.
that.
Get on it.
If we can do it, we need to do it like someone's calling, bitch, or
Yeah.
something. You know,
Like calling into the WSWG.
Shut the fuck up, phone call.
Yeah. Nobody gives a shit where you're jerking it. Answer the phone.
Rick, put it down.
Put
Pull
down
your
your
zipper
dick,
back
Rick.
up.
So anyway, we're back in. I'm at work today, and for some reason, everybody's gone but me and 2 other guys. And out of some conversation, it came up to where I was wanting the one salesman to tell the story about this chick he banged, and she must not have had cock in like 4 or 5 years, because he said when she fucking sucked his shit, she went ballistic on his dick. To where he told her at one time, like, if we ever get to that point again where we're going to do that, just take it easy a little bit.
Yeah,
He said he laid her down and he said as soon as he put his dick in, she's like, oh my God, oh my. Like, he's like, God damn, my shit ain't that big.
Damn.
Yeah,
You know,
I've had one, and it wasn't at the mercy of Shannon, but I've had one.
You had sex outside Shannon?
Yeah, once.
I can't imagine. Roger.
Literally once.
Oh my
It's
God.
like one other person.
No, I'm not. This wasn't even the person, but I had one person below me, and I don't. You know how you always say even the bad ones are good. This one was still bad. There was no.
Is that possible, though?
Yes, it was
How?
violent.
Can someone please explain?
It was too rough.
What
She
makes
could be
it
biting
bad?
the shit out of you, leaving teeth marks, and
Jimmy likes it rough, though. So what
I don't
else
like
makes
teeth.
it bad?
No.
okay, I don't like teeth marks on
Put
my
it this
shit.
way: I couldn't have sex for 3 days afterwards because things that were stretching
she
that weren't
sucked the
supposed.
skin off the dick.
It wasn't the skin; it was the pulling and
She almost peeled the
stretching.
banana.
Yeah, I mean, it was like
That bitch could suck the chrome off a trailer hitch
it was
through her
not-
garden hose.
Not cool. Not cool.
Why don't you tell her, like, when she was doing it, like, slow down, or maybe she didn't
I was
know.
just
or
happy
maybe
somebody was sucking my
you're
dick. And quite frankly, I didn't know it was still going to hurt 3 days later.
You probably like, oh,
Was that the first time you got head?
Again.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
He's like, oh, no.
Well, I was thinking that was the first time, and you were probably thinking, like, oh my God, this must supposed
No,
to
I'm
be like
always
this.
happy someone's sucking my dick.
Rick, how old were you when you first got head?
15.
Was your experience like that, too?
No, my experience was.
Pretty awesome.
Pretty
He's
awesome.
smiling. What about you, Jimmy?
I mean,
How
it was
were
one
you?
of those. Tell me.
I
It was
couldn't
one of
remember.
those. Tell me when you're coming deals, and it's like, okay,
Jeez.
what the
You did
fuck
not-
was that?
Jimmy.
Tell you
The
when you're
fucking
coming.
jet
Shit.
just landed in the driveway.
Did you drown her?
Huh?
Did you drown her?
Well, she was just like, oh, and then she's like, He gets up, goes to the sink and shit. I'm like, oh, my bad.
Sorry about that.
I didn't know it was going to do that.
But she was known throughout the campground as the dick sucker.
The campground?
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
The camp dick sucker.
Roger, so do I know this person?
Jason Voorhees.
Do I know this infamous sucker?
No.
Because I know everybody that you were hanging out with back in the day. So I've known.
I never got in.
You said
never
Jason
really
Voorhees or Janice Voorhees?
Janice Voorhees. You're right.
Janice Sornees.
No,
Suck on these.
I didn't get a tremendous amount of action from people. Anyway, people, that is the horn.
That's the horn. It's the WSWG show. Tune in next week on WSWG Radio.
Later.